Hello, everybody. Hey, we are live. Hello and happy Easter for all of you who are celebrating Easter, actually, live from New York. And I'm super excited to have you here on this very special day today. It doesn't really matter if you're into religion or what your beliefs in, but there's an overall energy right now as we are approaching and are in the midst of Mercury retrograde, and I feel we all can use this uplifting energy, this energy that is helping us to not focus too much on the details and on the things that are not working out, but to really, let the things flow in a way that life is supporting us. So I'm really happy to share this energy today with you. And it's also a topic that I want to discuss with you guys that is really close to my heart, and that I feel I have made such a big development step in my own personal growth. So yeah, I'm super happy to talk about boosting your inner and outer glow today. If you didn't yet head over to the chat, please say hello. Please write where you're actually listening from. I think it's always really interesting to see where people are tuning in from. So use the chat, and whenever you have a question, just use that possibility, that tool that we got to be in discussion with one another. And over this Sunday Help Desk today, I'm gonna check in on the chat and see what kind of questions that come up. So actually, I'm going to read the question that I got on my Instagram that kind of kickstarted this whole thing. And I believe her name is Nick. I hope that I'm saying this correctly, because the account name is a combination of letters and NW1108. So whoever you are, I think your name was Nick. She's the one that started asking me about what kind of cream and what kind of beauty products I actually use, because my skin looks really glowing, and thank you for this compliment as well. And yeah, something especially that I use maybe from New York as well. So I really love the question. Thank you so much, because I have been going through so much with my skin and being in my body, obviously, going through a lot of really difficult times over the last couple of months that led me to not feeling as healthy as I wished in my own skin and in my own body, really focusing on helping others instead of really taking good care of myself. And I believe a lot of you guys have been there, where we kind of leave ourselves and focus on an outer world more than giving us enough presence, giving us enough patience, being, eating healthy and drinking enough, and really taking good care of our bodies. So I've definitely been there. And since I'm back in New York, I try to shift with everything that I learned from my health coaching and get back into a state where I can really start to empower my body from the inside rather than the outside. To be honest with you guys, beauty to me is a state that, an inner state of mind. It's something that happens on the inside. We can only use as much creams and as much products on the outside that are going to help us, but that glow and that shine, that, the things that you see sparkle in somebody else's eyes, those are the things that are actually happening from an inner state of mind. So rather than, just focusing on what kind of product somebody's using, rather, I think it's important to talk about what kind of habits, what kind of lifestyle does a person have that helps them to not only have, this glow as a, once in a day moment, but to really have that as an ongoing process. And you see that somebody is really happy with where they're at in their life and what they're doing. So one big thing that I feel is something that helps you to boost that inner glow is to really make sure you're not in kind of victim consciousness. I believe we all know what we feel like when we feel like we're a victim, like the world is against us. This person, your boss, your colleague, maybe your partner or your mother, some family member is just, making it impossible for you to get to the next stage, to really be happy, to really thrive in your life. And we kind of get so stuck in the details of why it's not possible that we lose sight of everything that's actually possible. And to me, it's like a downward spiral. You know, once we are really in this victim consciousness, it kind of like shifts you down. The whole energy is working to really suck, you know, the life out of you, and you lay awake at night and your thoughts are like shifting over and over again without making, you know, actually getting any solutions done. You're kind of like in the circle of nonsense. To me, it's, you know, when we are in those times, and I know this is something that a lot of people are struggling with, I believe there is no way in the inside to shift that energy. It's rather a state of allowing to help, to accept help, to get help in forms of a prayer, in form of a meditation. That's, you know, the kind of tools that are more of like a spiritual moment coming from the outside to the inside to help you. But you really need to be open to allow this help to kick in. You know, I mean, if we could just overthink things and filter and analyze and come to a result that we're all happy with, we wouldn't be here, right? We could just, you know, have our little checklist of everything we can just outthink and get our solutions done. But we still miss something. We still feel how we get back into old energies when something happens. So when you feel you're the victim of a situation, when you feel you're the victim of not, you know, getting forward, not getting the things done that you wish for in your life, really start allowing to have, you know, help be there in your life. Ask for help in forms of prayer. Start meditating. If you want to start moving, I think movement can be a really great form of meditation. And you really want to start shifting the energy. You really want to start to stop being in your narrow mind of thoughts and allow something bigger to kick in. I hope you guys can follow me. Otherwise, you know, just use the chat. Oh yeah, I see you already gave me. That's awesome. I will get back to that, Anna. Thank you so much for the question. Yeah, so really allow to have that outside help kicking in and give you that shift, you know, give you that movement to rise in a different kind of energy. And to me, once you leave the form of victimhoods in your life and you actually understand you're a creator, you know, you're the one that is able to decide how you want to react to certain things happening in your life. You're the one who decides, you know, what's the first thing you want to do in the morning? Is it grabbing your phone? Is it, you know, taking some minutes, being by yourself, breathing in and breathing out and giving, you know, being grateful and giving thanks for what you have in your life? That's a different way of starting a day. And you're the creator of taking those possibilities. You're the creator of, you know, putting your time on 5 minutes earlier than you normally do to really have a time to relax and, you know, maybe set up a prayer for the day. And it's not a form of being religious. To me, that's very important because I don't believe in church. You know, church doesn't do anything to me. But I believe that there's a creator. I believe that she is something that is running, an energy that's running through all of us and everything, through all the plants, through all the stones, through all the crystals, all of that energy. So maybe it makes sense for you to wanting to connect to this bigger creation that flows through you in your life. And maybe you just give a small prayer saying, I bless everything that I'm going to face over this day ahead of me. I bless everyone that I'm going to meet. I bless everyone that I will talk with. May their life be blessed, and so is mine. Just little things like that are going to shift your energy from being a victim into really getting into a creator, in a creator mood, you know, a creator form. And that's something that's going to help you feel like you're more in power, not in control. Very important. It's not about control. It's about being in power and in charge of the energies that you want to have in your everyday life. Makes sense, right? So that's something that I believe is super important, as well as establishing intentions. If I wouldn't have an idea of what kind of woman I want to be, what kind of lifestyle I want to live, what kind of exercise I want to do every day in order to feel healthy and better. If I wouldn't have those intentions, my energy would be all over the place. And once that is, you know, it's super hard and it's super challenging to actually get your focus on something. So rather than just, you know, thinking or having an image of what your intention is, I believe in having your intention as, you know, as punctuated as possible, which means smell it, breathe it, taste your intention. What kind of lifestyle is it? What do you hear in that new life that you envision for yourself? How does it taste? What kind of people are around you? What kind of conversations are you having? How much laughter do you hear? All those things that make you really feel and, you know, already live the life you envision for yourself right now. That's going to help you set up that glow. It's going to help you already connect to something that actually lies in the future. But you can build that bridge now already. And again, that's something that's making you very aware that you're the creator of your life. I believe that's, you know, that's a lot of power lies in the fact of being the creator of your life. Once you really understand, and not just from a mind point of view, but really from the heart, that everything you do, everything that you say, everything that you react to actually shifts your energy. It gives your energy towards something. And you want to make sure that, you know, the energy that you kind of share with us is the best possible actions you can do. You don't want to have those little energy vampires around you and lose energy into things that, you know, are about complaining or feeling negative. You really want to rise the level of energy and rise the level of frequency that you want to share in your life. That's super important. So let me get back to the address to the question. Oh yeah, patience. I love that question. How do I find patience for the things to evolve? And Anna says that she is super impatient and it takes a lot of energy. I absolutely am, I believe, one of the most impatient persons I have ever met. So to be really straightforward with this right away. Impatience also always kicks in when I really don't trust into an outcome of the situation. Like, I want to get ahead of things. I want to take over control to get things moving quicker because I have that really big vision of how things have to be, right? So when you feel that you're impatient, and that's something that I always do and remind myself of, if I feel I'm impatient, I want to make sure what I actually want as an outcome of the situation. I just had this happening last week where I thought I had everything figured out and I wanted to, you know, have an event and a workshop in a way that I really felt this is how things had to be, you know, gathering all the kind of like information that I had on my experience and making the best possible decisions on it. And what happened is, after I had all of this stuff figured out and was right into creator mode, life happened and things evolved to a very different state. And I realized while this happened that I had thought way too small. You know, once all the different opportunities came in and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, obviously these are ways and possibilities to do it as well. I realized that the way that I had thought was a way of controlling, of creating another comfort zone that I would, you know, settle myself in and feel really nice. So I made sure to understand that it's not me thinking small and, you know, being impatient to get the things done that I already know how I want to have them done, but to really be open and curious about what life wants me to see, to handle, to experience in a new way in order to grow. So you could, you know, write down what those thoughts are when you feel you're getting impatient. You could, you know, look into how do old fears maybe kind of like kickstart that impatience and what lies right beneath the surface of your impatience. That's something that's going to, you know, get you into like kind of like inner journey. And I think that's super important because being impatient is something that arises inside of you of, you know, a lot of different old experiences that you had in your mind. And then try to shift, you know, try to get into your heart, really letting and allowing. That can be a mantra to you. Use the mantra, I'm allowing life to happen. I don't need to be ahead of things. I can relax into how life flows for me. Use that as a mantra, saying it over and over and over again, and really feel it from your heart. That's important because we can talk ourselves into a lot of things that we don't want in life. Really start to feel how you can let life happen. And you don't need to be in control and you don't need to get ahead of things. That's super important. And it's, you know, once you understand that you can shift that energy and actually use the energy for you instead of against you, it's going to be a big life changer, I guess. So yeah, I hope that helps, and just write me in the comments if there are any other questions. Another thing that I already touched in terms of how you get that inner glow is to get moving. Really find a way, and this can be, you know, going for a walk or starting running or going swimming, or, you know, whatever you really feel that is shifting your energy when you do it, and you kind of like, your mind gets really empty, like your body might ache in a good way, but your mind is fully empty afterwards. That's the kind of exercise you want to do. I firmly believe into moving things in a physical way in order to move things as well in a mental state. So definitely start to maybe try something new, you know, maybe you're already in some kind of gym, or you have some kind of exercise that you do love. Try to find consistency and redo them over and over and over again. You know, exercise can be a form of meditation. And if you didn't yet hear about Thich Nhat Hanh, you know, he is a Vietnamese monk that taught, you know, the Western world a lot about walking meditation. Maybe you want to try that. And with every step that you take, you know, walking might become a mantra to you, really settling in your body, becoming aware of your body, and really shifting the energy that is in your mind, while you're more conscious about everything that's happened on, you know, everything that's below your head, actually, you know. And after, when I work with people and clients or in my retreats, a lot of people don't really feel their feet, don't really feel their, you know, their legs, their toes. You want to try and practice to have that subconscious feeling that there's more to your body than just this head. And you know, this can glow, your eyes can glow, but if you're not aware that there's a body attached to it that has, you know, different wants and needs than your mind does, that's something that's, you know, gonna kick in as a struggle afterwards. So the more you're aware of what your body needs, and the more you're aware of how you can treat your body well in terms of resting, in terms of exercise, in terms of healthy food choices, in terms of, you know, drinking enough, that's something that is going to help you in the overall fundament that you want to create for your life. And, you know, there's not going to be an outer glow without using good foods. As I mentioned in one of my last YouTube videos, primary and secondary foods, super, super, super important. Which brings me to, I think that happened a couple of months before we moved to the States, but I have always taken some supplements when I was vegan, you know, definitely taking B12 vitamins. And since we are here, I experimented with a lot of different supplements that help me be more focused in my female body while living in a city that's, you know, very masculine, very fast paced, very long distance thinking. So I felt, you know, being here, I felt that I definitely needed something that helped me to establish myself and root myself in my female body. And one of the things that I take since then is ashwagandha, just for you guys to see. Ashwagandha is, you know, coming from Ayurveda, and it's a root. It's one of the best supplements I can take as a woman that's going to help me with my hormonal balance. So, and this definitely says supports a healthy mood and stress response, and it's one of the, you know, most traditional Ayurvedic herbs. So ashwagandha, if you're, you know, a woman, or you maybe know a friend of yours who has, you know, hormonal imbalances, who maybe has shifting moods and doesn't feel as synced in with her cycle, ashwagandha is definitely a good opportunity to try and take for, you know, a couple of months to see how it's going to shift the energy, how it's going to root you deeper in your womb energy, which is what we want, root energy, bright red light energy. That's the kind of, you know, motor, that's the kind of cycle we want to create when we really feel attached to our female bodies, when we really want to feel attached to our own cycle. So ashwagandha definitely helps me to root down, get into my womb energy, feel how I move, feel how I am flexible in a sense, you know, that the female energy flows through me. And it's definitely a life changer. So ashwagandha, I think I take it for 1.5 years now, and this is really good stuff. So definitely write it down if you want to. Another thing that I take whenever I feel like it, it's not as consistent, but since I'm traveling so much and I've just came back from Europe, from Germany again, which is making it sometimes really hard to get, attached to the different climate and time zones, and my body gets, totally confused about where am I at and when it's time to sleep. So there are two things that I love to take. One is chlorophyll. And here in the US, you have these little bottles that you could get chlorophyll with as a natural flavor or a mint flavor. And what this does is it's just like the full power of plants, right? Chlorophyll is, the green ingredient of the plants. So you could just, it doesn't really smell like anything, but you don't see this, right? It's really, really green. So you want to be careful about, kind of having white clothes on while you use chlorophyll. But you take like a drop into a glass of water and you mix it and then you drink it. And this helps me to feel the plant power and to feel that I am more empowered from the inside. And it kind of makes my mind lighter, I feel. I have no idea how it does this, but I can drink all the green juice in the world, but if I have one or two glasses of water with chlorophyll in it, it makes me feel a lot more alive, a lot more vital, and it kind of clears that clouds, that dust that you sometimes feel in your mind. So yeah, I don't know if it's possible to order it yet in other parts of Europe, but I'm pretty sure that, if you go to a natural health store, they might have different supplements. Maybe it's not in liquid form, but there could be, capsules or something like that. So for sure, this is something that you want to try, especially if you don't eat that healthy right now. Chlorophyll is giving you all the plant power that you would normally get from eating salads and your greens. So if you feel you're in a phase where you don't do that as much, chlorophyll can definitely help you to give you all the vitamins and minerals and supplements that you could take in a different form, obviously. And last thing, number 3, this is something I just detected or found last time before flying out to Germany. Cell food. You see price as well. Cell food is helping me so much to get through the travels. So if you travel a lot, if you have to get in and out of planes, or if you go on a train and you're in groups of people who are maybe sick and who are coughing and all of that, cell food is my number 1 immune booster that I ever had, I guess, in my life. So it's like this little small bottle. It looks a little bit like eye drops, I think. And as well, you take just a couple of drops into the water and you drink it right away. And since I used this, I didn't get sick anymore. So I think that's pretty good for all the flights and all the different trips I took recently, to see this is actually something that my body can adjust to and can work with. And obviously also that some of the minerals that are in there, I was missing before. So to see my body has like a healthy balance right now to have everything that I need is a pretty good feeling. And again, that's something how you create that inner glow. You really want to make sure you have all the vitamins, all the minerals that you take. And this could be, if you're healthy enough and if you're really conscious about what you eat, it could be your green juice or your fresh pressed beet juice. It can be your soups or your salads, whatever you eat. But if you know you're not, making those healthy food choices all the time, a supplement can help you to keep a good level, because our body, obviously, the more we move and the more we handle stress, it needs different minerals and different ingredients that make sure that it works in order, and it makes us really feel vital in the presence that we are facing every day. So those 3 things, something that I take, and it definitely also helped me to get through a lot of emotional ups and downs over the last couple of months. So really look into, it can be Bach flowers, it can be some kind of herbal medicines that could help you to feel more stabilized, because you cannot glow from the inside if you feel your life is a mess and you kind of lose it all, and life is all over the place. So, you might want to talk to an herbalist about this, or you might want to look into different natural remedies. But that's something I definitely recommend in, terms of feeling more stable and feeling also more attuned to life and all the energies that come with it. Yes. I see some more questions. Oh yeah, job, finding a job, yeah. Yes, we can definitely have a coffee on this too. um, and obviously we want to talk as well about everything that's happening on the outside. So last year, and we have been through like a lot this last couple of months, obviously, with my mom going through cancer and me being there for my family. We lost someone in the terror attacks, and there has been like so many shifts and so many different energies taking place over the last couple of months where I absolutely didn't take good care of myself. So now coming back to routine that makes me feel more rooted, as I said, more stable in my life. I'm definitely also happy to share my creams and my kind of like supplements that I take for my outer skin. One of the things that I changed, and I know I'm wearing makeup now, like a light foundation and some mascara, but I don't use as much makeup anymore. I feel a lot more relaxed about being, going out without any makeup on, being bare skinned. And I still love, a red lipstick, and I still love to put on some powder foundation, but I don't really, even if I go out, I don't really put on a lot anymore, which I feel, and this cannot be true, but I feel like my skin can breathe a lot more, which makes it a kind of, feeling better and healthier in my skin. And I started to use coconut oil to remove makeup instead of, buying all these chemical stuff and wipes and all of that to get our makeup off. I just start, I take a little bit of coconut oil, I put it on my skin, and I use that in a form to get rid of, every kind of like toxins and waste that I have on my skin from walking through New York City all day. And yeah, get rid of the last particles of makeup and mascara that I have. And coconut oil has, the really great combination of giving you a lot of minerals, a lot of vitamins, while moisturizing your skin and getting rid of everything you don't want to have on it. So those are three things that, it's just something small. As you know, I use coconut oil on my hair, I use it on my body, but it's definitely also really good on your skin. If you didn't try yet, go there. It's going to change your life, I'm pretty sure. And it's so much cheaper than a lot of the other brands. So a little bit of coconut goes a long way. And yeah, I just love the way that it makes my skin feel really soft. And especially now that, it's getting really humid outside in New York, it's lightweight. There's nothing, that feels greasy on your skin. So that's, something that I really love about coconut oil. And for nights, I started to take a night cream that has retinol in it. And retinol really makes, it has the feeling like you just did a peeling. So it's really smoothing out the skin. And I use mine, I think it's from Neutrogena. It's like a night cream with retinol, and it's definitely good because it makes my skin feel very smooth and really baby-like. And I didn't have any breakouts since I use, like, my skin is super, super sensitive. And whenever I faced any kind of stress, any kind of, things that would stress me out in some way, make me feel emotional unstable, my skin used to break out, plus any kind of hormonal changes. So since I use this combination of coconut oil and the retinol cream at night, I definitely didn't have any more breakouts, and I feel my skin cleared up a lot, making it feel a lot smoother. And also, like I said, I don't need a lot to wear over the day. Like a light foundation with the sunscreen is super great for me, and I don't need anything else to glow, I guess. So those are the things that I use. And I have a day cream, which is switching around. I think I switched a couple of years, like 3 years ago, to use any kind of like chemical, animal tested creams. And I kicked all of those out of my cabinets, and I only use creams and brands that are from a natural point of view and are eco-based. So one of my favorites is Dr. Hauschka. I really love Annemarie Berland, which I think is German or Austrian, I'm not sure. So these are kind of brands that I use and I switch around with depending on what I need, how much moisture do I need, how much how sensitive my skin is, and I really make sure that I have an SPF in it. So at least 40 to 50, depending on New York summers, because it's really, really, really warm over here. And yeah, that's actually all that I use. So if I wrap this up, I guess, I really recommend to look into what kind of inner mindset you have, what kind of inner consciousness you have. The happier you are in your body, the happier you are feeling your body move, feeling strength coming up, and really, as a woman as well, to really make sure we are not just this part of our body, we're not just this part of our body. We really, our energy lies in our womb. So the deeper I breathe, and the more attuned I am to my womb energy, to my root energy, the more I can let things happen, the more relaxed I am with life happening. And that's something that's going to shift a lot, to really make you aware of your creator mindset, of your creator ability in your life. And once you understood it, once you breathe this creation, once you smell and are and walk this creation, that's going to give you a glow like you probably have never seen before. I have women in my workshops that they go out, after having a session with each other, and they look in the mirror and they tell me they don't realize that this is their face because something shifted in their face, and they look into it and they're like, I don't even know who this person is. And that's what I mean when I say shifting something, the inside is automatically shifting something on the outside. You cannot do that the other way around. So you really want to focus on what's going on inside of you and really allowing life to happen. It's super, super, super important. Allow life to happen. Be curious of how life can bring you a new energy, bring you a new insight, but letting go, control, and really holding your own presence, holding your own space, making sure you're loving yourself, making sure you're aware of how glorious you are and how graceful you can look at life. And really, I love to wake up in the morning and give myself a smile. It's just something really small, but something that is opening. If something that's might be interesting for you, as I am right now trained to be a doula, I learned that this whole area, the whole mouth area, which is, probably from pranayama or any kind of breath classes that you have, it's immediately connected to our womb. So the more loose we are here, the more smiling and the more energy we have in this area, also the more energy we tune to our womb area, which makes sense. Once you think about this, it's really about being open and really attuning into life, allowing life to be created and smiling in the creations that you are aware of, that you're doing. And yeah, having that connection from, your upper mind area to your lower energy area, where actually we are creating from. So definitely try some of the things, look what they can do for you, depending on what kind of recommendations you get from your herbalists, and see how you could shift that old conception of, being a victim into becoming the creator of your life, letting life flow through you, and really allowing to see what kind of creations you already did and where you want to go. Set your intentions, be ready to really, really live your intentions, to smell them, to breathe them, to walk them, and shift your life. I'm really happy that you spent this time with me. And let me just see any more questions. Yay, Sarah, so good to see you. Yeah. It's beautiful. Yeah, she made if you guys can read, the an exact same idea of how your face actually looks softer and more relaxed once you do this kind of work. And it's obviously something that works as well for breath class, which we did at the workshop too. So yeah, I'm wishing you all a very beautiful Easter Sunday, whoever is celebrating Easter. And let me just see, there's it's pretty, it's like 30 degrees out here, but the sun is shifting. So I'm like, it's not as sunny, but it's definitely really, really warm. And I'm giving you a lot of light energy, a lot of sunshine energy from over here. And I'm wishing you a beautiful Sunday. Relax, enjoy, take good care of yourself, let that inner glow kind of vibe through everything that you do, and share your smile with others. Share your love with others. You know, we gain by sharing things. So I'm wishing you a beautiful Sunday. Enjoy, and hope to see you next week. Bye bye, guys.